Okay, well, we have some minutes from the last meeting.
Where's that sound coming from? Is it coming from those speakers?
These speakers, yeah. Is it not loud enough?
Yeah, it's a little low.
I don't know if you could pick it up or not either.
Is that camera that is of the dais? There's nobody in the picture. It's just a picture of a blank seat.
Oh, I'm here. I'm here.
I hear you. There you are.
What camera should I smile at? What do I need to look?
Okay, so anybody want to make a motion on the minutes?
Madam Chair, I'll make a motion, we approve the minutes.
I'll second.
Okay, motion by Matt, second by Adam to approve the minutes as submitted. All those in favor? Matt?
Aye.
Adam?
Aye.
Jeff?
Aye.
Tom?
Aye.
Brett?
Aye.
Okay, minutes are approved. Do we have a report on council actions this time?
Randy's not here. I'm happy to go over the items that were
Sure.
reviewed by them. So the annexation and zoning to RS4, the commission recommended the RS6. That was at 406 West Dooley Lane. That actually was continued to August 3rd so that they could respond to all of the concerns that were brought up by the commission. So they'll hear that on August 3rd.
Okay.
Zoning map amendment from RSPUD to RS6 at 1400 West Roosevelt Avenue. That was approved with all the conditions that you recommended. Let's see, modification of development agreement at 1910 West Roosevelt for a 22 lot duplex subdivision, Roosevelt Village subdivision. That was approved with the conditions that you recommended, and also they like specified a 3 foot high stone or brick facade on the front. You discussed that. You didn't put that in the motion, but a 3 foot high facade of stone or brick that would wrap around the front by 2 feet to the sides. So
Okay.
that was approved. Annexation and zoning to RS7 for Heron Ridge subdivision on Greenhurst Road. Just southeast corner of South Middleton Road and Greenhurst. That was approved with all the conditions you recommended. And the annexation and zoning to RD for fourplex multifamily development at 2000 South Midland Boulevard. That was the southeast corner of Midland and Maryland. That one was also approved with all the conditions you recommended.
Great. Okay. All right, we have 2 business items. The first one is the subdivision plat final approval for Kinghorn Place number 2.
Okay, can you see my screen?
No, yep, now we can.
Hey,
Where's the water jug?
all right. Thank you, Madam Chair and Commissioners. Christy Watkins, Principal Planner for the City of Nampa. The action requested from you tonight is the recommendation of approval or denial of the Kinghorn Place subdivision Phase 2. This subdivision is located west of Northside Boulevard and north of Eustick Road. This property is located inside the city limits, effective as of March 2018, and is zoned RS7. It's bordered on the north, south, and west sides by city RS7 zoned properties that are future phases of the Kinghorn Place subdivision. On the north, also by county property that houses the LDS Church, and on the east side by county property that houses East Canyon Elementary School. Annexation and preliminary plat were approved and effective in March of 2018, and the first phase of this subdivision was approved by you in July of 2019. This is phase 2 of the Kinghorn Place subdivision development. It will include 68 buildable lots and 4 common lots on 15.29 acres. The findings of fact in this case are that it is in fact located within the city limits and zoned RS7. It conforms to the approved preliminary plat layout for Kinghorn Place subdivision, and it conforms to the applicable subdivision and zoning standards for Nampa. There were no other comments received by us after this staff report was submitted. So staff feels that it is appropriate for this commission to recommend approval of the final plat for Kinghorn Place subdivision number 2 to City Council with the conditions as listed in the staff report and any other conditions that you see fit to impose. I will stand for any questions.
Does anybody have any questions for Christy? Okay, thank you, Christy.
Thank you.
What do you guys think?
Madam Chair, this is pretty cut and dry. I will recommend approval to City Council for the final plat, or subdivision final plat for Kinghorn Place. On the west side of Northside Boulevard, approximately 1,850 feet north of U-Stick for 68 single-family lots and 4 common lots for Kemp Brown, with all conditions of staff included.
Second that.
Okay, motion by Jeff, seconded by Matt. All those in favor? Matt,
Yeah, aye.
Adam,
Aye.
Jeff,
Aye.
Tom,
Aye.
Brett.
Aye.
Okay.
Steve is here too, Madam Chair.
Steve, did you to vote on this item?
Yeah, I was here. Unfortunately, I'd gotten a message from Rodney that said the public hearing would start at 7. I didn't know he didn't refer to also the business items. So the director messed up, but it's my fault.
So what is your vote for this item?
Aye, of course.
Okay. All right, then that is approved. The next item is a conditional use permit extension.
All right,
And this is Rodney, I believe.
it is.
Okay.
So you've seen this one on multiple things. There was an annexation last year, CUP. There was also a variance that went to city council. And I believe I put in your packet the applicant's comment about what the reasoning behind it and what their plan is for moving it forward. So this is the location. It's on East Karcher and North Franklin Boulevard. And I have all the details from the CUP that came before you, but I figured it's pretty straightforward. Here's the request from the applicant. And they said they did anticipate moving forward. They're just working on the financing. They hope to be able to move here pretty quickly. However, today I was speaking with Sylvia, and I learned that we are still lacking some documentation for the annexation to go through and the rezone to go through because they didn't submit the correct legal description. So I believe Caleb Leclerc is on the line here from engineering, and I believe he is still waiting on there. I was hoping he would be able to comment on this.
Yeah, I'm on. This is Caleb.
So Caleb, if you could just kind of walk us through, I think I've got a screenshot that may be pretty good for describing what's going on. I believe the problem is that this, can everybody see my pointer?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so this section here was the annexation, and we need the annexation, we need the legal description to go to the center line. Is that correct, Caleb?
That's correct.
And so we need that from the applicant. And then kind of the same situation here. We just need the correct legal description to extend all the way out to the roadway.
Yes.
That's correct, and that's to avoid small little sections of zones that
Right.
would be pocket zones. We want to make sure we get rid of those. So we want the whole area that's shown as ag to be rezoned to BC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how much that impacts your decision tonight, but the CUP could be extended for another 6 months, and he would need that in order to proceed because the CUP will expire. And so, again, I would just maybe recommend that we put those as conditions and maybe even a time frame on when we get those new legal descriptions submitted.
Rodney,
Yes.
this is Matt. Can you talk to us about what was the variance that they sought from the city council?
So you can see this here, those green areas right there, kind of the highlighted green. Those are areas where they're next to residential. And the setbacks were, I'm trying to remember, I think it's required to have a 50-foot setback, and they weren't able to do that entire setback. And so they needed that anywhere they were abutting some residentially zoned property.
And was the variance granted by city council?
It was, and it was to allow no more or no less than 20 feet of a landscape buffer. They wanted it to be, and the conditions are in there, but it was a significant landscape buffer with a fence.
Okay, and then one more question relative to this, the property, the legal descriptions. Do they know, does the applicant know about it? Are they working on it? Do we know?
Yeah, we've contacted them several times. We just haven't been able to get those submitted, but they do know that that is a condition.
Okay. So how long would we need if we were going to put a time frame on them to get that in? And we wanted to get it all done before the 6-month extension, how soon would we need to have those legal descriptions in?
So I believe in your packet, I don't think I have that exact date with me right here, but in your packet, it gives the date of the CUP. Let me see here. I think it was March 12th. I want to say it's March 12th. So
That's what I see. Mhm.
yeah. So if it was March 12th, we'd be in September, early September, that we'd need this before that CUP extension would be granted.
Rodney, was that the day, I mean, March 12th, was that the time when they were notified that they needed to get that legal description in? Or was it soon after that or after that when it's been ongoing?
It's been a long time. We've kind of notified them during the application process,
Oh,
as well as in the meeting itself for annexation and zoning. They were notified at that point too, and then we've followed up with them several times. I think it's just.
this isn't something that just came up then
No.
and surprised them out of the blue. Okay. So they've had plenty of time.
Yes.
And here are the conditions of that approval for the CUP. So yeah, I would think that they'd be able to get a legal description to us before their first 6 months ran out. That would be September 12th.
Okay.
So if we put on there that they needed to have submitted to the city the legal descriptions for the 2 parcels in question by September 1st, that would be an adequate recommendation, you think?
I think that's reasonable. Caleb, I would appreciate your input there too.
I think that's reasonable also.
Okay.
And then if they don't get that in, then they don't get the extension? Is that way we're worded?
Yeah, I think,
I think so.
Well,
the extension conditional upon the submittal of the legal description.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
so there's, let me get this straight then. The initial CUP ends September 12th.
That's correct.
If we grant an extension tonight, it'll go from September 12th to another 6 months
To March 12th.
Yes.
next year. So if we give them September 1st of a deadline to get the legal description in, if they don't, they technically still have another 2 weeks before that CUP runs
Yeah, so
out.
really it's September 12th.
Yeah.
That's a good.
So why don't we just postpone the public hearing until September, the first week in September?
I think that what I was saying by September 1st was giving them time to get it in submitted and get it processed through the city,
Okay.
as opposed to just bringing it in the last day.
Okay, that makes sense then. Yeah. Because on the 12th, they know that they're,
It's the drop dead date.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Matt.
Okay. Okay, Madam Chair, I'll make a recommendation that we approve a conditional use permit extension for 2 12-unit and 4 18-unit luxury apartment buildings for a total of 96 units on 4.37 acres. At 1414 East Karcher Road, North Franklin Road, with all the conditions of staff, but also with the condition that the applicant submit legal descriptions for the 2 parcels which are in question that are on the corner of Franklin and Karcher by September 1st as a condition for the extension for the following 6 months. If that makes sense. Is that good? Did I
Yes.
miss anything?
Yeah, I'll second that.
Okay, motion by Matt, second by Jeff to grant the extension with conditions. All those in favor, Steve,
Aye.
Michelle,
Aye.
Matt,
Aye.
Adam,
Aye.
Jeff,
Aye.
Tom,
Aye.
Brett.
Aye.
Okay, that is approved with the conditions. Okay, it's after 7, so we will go ahead and move into our public hearing items. First up on the agenda is Edge LLC requesting a subdivision plat short approval. Do we have the applicant?
They are here.
She's in person. It's a treat.
You can go ahead.
Wow.
I'm an adventurer, so I'm here.
You're a risk taker.
A risk taker, yeah. Becky McKay with Engineering Solutions, business address 1029 North Rosario and Meridian. I'm here representing Edge LLC. What's before you this evening is what we call a short plat. It's just 3 lots, no new public streets. All utilities, sewer, water are available to the site. It's already zoned light industrial. We're just proposing 3 lots for 3 industrial buildings on Franklin Road. We've read our staff report, conditions of approval, and we are in full agreement. We'll make the changes as requested to the landscape plan and to the final plat. If you have any questions, I'd be glad to answer them.
Does anybody have any questions for the applicant? Okay, we don't have any at this time, but we might after we hear from staff and public hearing.
Thank you.
right, so Madam Chair and Commission, this is Rodney Ashby. This project before you is the Franklin Office Warehouse, and it's located off of Franklin and just north of East Karcher Road, just a short distance away from the last one, as you can see on your left-hand side. Last one we just discussed, just to the north. So again, the subdivision plat, short plat, are for divisions of property that are 3 to 7 divisions, and that's what this one is. This is at 16149 North Franklin Boulevard, and it's a 2.5 acre portion of the Lot F Franklin Tract subdivision. The comprehensive plan shows this as industrial. There is some medium density residential to the east. And the existing zoning is actually, it's close to IL or the light industrial, but it's actually IP. So there's just a little bit of difference, not a ton of differences there, but it is IP, so industrial profession or industrial park. The land use to the north is Idaho Springs Water, 6 Robley's, Pierce Concrete Supplies, and those are all IP zoning. To the south was a single family home, Power Landscape, Power Enterprise Inc., IP zoning. To the west is vacant land, it's the IL zoning, and east is Milliken Heights, number 2, and that's RS6 zoning. So access to this property would be off of North Franklin Boulevard by use of an easement secured common drive. That's this along each of these properties on the south side of the property. All utilities are available and stubbed to the site. You can see that there. It's pretty well ready to go there. And sidewalk and landscaping is required off of North Franklin Boulevard. And specifically, there's a 50-foot buffer required, not landscaping necessarily, but a 50-foot buffer from any residential zoned property. And they're just fine there. They have plenty of room there to do that. These are the 3 buildable lots. You can see the landscaping strip here. It's a little confusing on the plat because there's a label here that says 5 feet something, and that it's actually got a little arrow pointing to the sidewalk area in front of that landscape strip. And so we've measured that out, made sure that that is 15 feet. It is, and that is the requirement of the IP zoning and the Chapter 33 landscaping. This measurement here, as she's indicated, they're going to correct that. It was not including the landscape buffer here. Here are the engineering division's requirements. These are pretty standard requirements, but they did want to point out that construction has already begun on these properties. We've given the building permits for each of the three lots that they are proposing, and that's fine in the industrial park zone, and they're just coming in after the fact so that those can be on separate lots. The one area that I wanted to highlight that's a little bit different than your typical engineering comments is that they include irrigation responsibilities between properties in the cross-access agreement. And as the applicant has stated, they were agreeable to that. So the building department, your standard comments about following Title IV. And then my comment was just they need to correct that depth measurement of the parcel being created closest to Franklin Boulevard, and they've agreed to do that. Applicable regulations, the standard requirements is that they follow the standards of the city for subdivision development and that they comply with our code, the city code. And that's what you should base your approval on. And again, that would not include land uses that are approved within that zone. That is not a reason to deny any plat. And then industrial park, you can see there, buildings shall be set back 50 feet from street side property line, and this complies with that. And then the 15-foot landscape buffer. So here are the findings of fact. And I believe that with the changes recommended in the staff report, that it complies with code. The recommended conditions summarized, we've already gone over these, but. And then here's a potential motion for your consideration, and I would stand for questions.
Any questions for Rodney? Do we have anybody signed up to speak at the public hearing?
Down to here. So nobody has signed up.
Okay. I would entertain a motion to close public hearing.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second?
Okay, motion by Brett and second by Adam.
Yes.
Okay. All right, all those in favor of closing public hearing, Steve,
Aye.
Michelle,
Aye.
Matt,
Aye.
Adam,
Aye.
Jeff,
Aye.
Tom,
Aye.
Brett.
Aye.
Okay, public hearing is closed. Does anybody have any questions for the applicant or staff before we deliberate? Okay.
I don't think so. For me, it seems like a no-brainer. It looks like the exact same stuff that's already there, adjacent to it.
Mm-hmm.
So looks pretty cut and dry to me.
So does that mean you want to make a motion?
I already made one tonight. I was waiting for somebody else. But I would support one.
Madam Chair, I'll go ahead and make the recommendation that we recommend for approval the subdivision plat show approval for Franklin Office Warehouse at 16149 North Franklin Boulevard for 3 industrial lots in an IP zoning district for Edge LLC with all conditions of staff.
Second.
Okay, motion by Brett, second by Matt. All those in favor, Steve,
Aye.
Michelle,
Aye.
Matt,
Aye.
Adam,
Aye.
Jeff,
Aye.
Tom,
Aye.
Brett.
Aye.
Okay, that is approved and going on. Okay, the second public hearing is a conditional use permit for a home occupation gunsmithing business. Do we have the applicant?
I am here.
Yay, want to tell us what your plan is? Give us your name and address for the record and tell us what you'd like to do.
My name is Cody Coleman. Address is 2807 Sunflower Drive here in Napa, Idaho. I would like to begin my gunsmithing business here in my home and work largely online and have everything move in and out of my home and then grow my business to eventually get into a shop. So that's why I've applied for my conditional use permit.
So this is just a jumping off point for you, not where you're going to keep your business forever.
Yes, correct.
Okay. All right, well, we'll hear from staff. We may have some questions for you after we hear from them.
Sounds good.
Thanks. Okay, Christy.
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair and Commissioners. Christy Watkins, Principal Planner for the City of Nampa. The action requested from you tonight is the approval or denial of the conditional use permit request for a gunsmithing home occupation located at 2807 Sunflower Drive. This property is a 0.15 acre lot located within the Wildflower subdivision that was platted in 1993. It's west of Southside Boulevard and north of Greenhurst Road. The comprehensive plan shows it as medium-density residential. It's zoned RS6 and is surrounded on the north, east, and west by properties within the same subdivision, also zoned RS6, and on the south by enclaved Canyon County residential property. So Nampa City Code Title 10, Chapter 1, Section 10 sets the criteria regarding home occupations, indicating that a home-based business that are or will be expected to be compatible with the residential neighborhoods in which they are located. So in other words, it is the intent of the home occupation ordinance that full-scale commercial or professional type operations that would change the appearance or condition of a residence and or be detrimental to the neighborhood character would ordinarily be conducted in a commercial or industrial district. It would be encouraged to be conducted in such district and not on a residential property. However, home occupations are generally associated with incubator type businesses, as he's indicated here. Item A defines home occupations that are subject to conditional use permits in any district. So certain types of home occupations require special consideration and approval because of the nature of the use and its potential incompatibility with residential living. It also provides a list of home occupations that should require that special consideration. Gunsmithing is not specifically called out in our code, but that paragraph states that any other use determined by the planning director to be similar to the aforementioned activities. So due to the nature of a gunsmithing type business, the inventory involved, the specific storage requirements, those types of things, the planning and zoning director has over a period of time consistently required a CUP for any business that concerns gun sales, repair, manufacturing, or storage. So as usual, 1025 sets the criteria for the approval of a conditional use permit and is outlined in your staff report. These will be the required findings from you for your final decision. The location and size and design of the proposed project will be reasonably compatible with and not adversely affect the livability or appropriate development of the surrounding neighborhood. The location, design, and site planning of the proposed project will be as attractive as the nature of the use and its location and setting warrants. The proposed project will enhance the successful operation of the surrounding area in its basic community function and provide an essential service to the community. The applicant's narrative was also included in your staff report, and I took the liberty of stating a few key points from that narrative. Couple of things. He stated, I have been a certified gunsmith for over 10 years with a total of 13 years in the firearms industry, and now I'm excited to start my own business. My gunsmithing business, Right Hand LLC, will be operated within the confines of my garage. I plan to construct a 96 square foot shop office, 12 foot by 8 foot against the west wall. This room will be my workspace office and tool and part storage, complete with a gun safe. My business revolves around Glock pistols and polymer framed handguns. I modify them to better suit the customer, change out the grips, internal parts, sights, trigger jobs, and action jobs. Performing those upgrades, most customers feel that they can't do themselves. Other services will include assembling rifles and handguns from parts, which the ATF defines as fit and finish assembly, requiring the FFL type 07. Any firearms I assemble will be sold online or displayed and sold through other local businesses or gun shows. Repairs of firearms will be at my discretion. Any local business coming to my home will be limited by appointment. The types of tools I would be using are largely hand tools. A 3D printer is the only machine that I will be operating in my room. The model is the size of a countertop microwave. Its use will be able to help create plans, new parts, and upgrades for future business products, which would then be machined by other local machine shops to sell online. My ultimate goal with this CUP is to grow my business, keeping overhead low to start by working from home, eventually saving and moving into a larger shop in Nampa, as the applicant previously stated. So the only correspondence that we received with any significant comment was from the Nampa School District, and they stated that since the location is 0.4 miles or 2 minutes by road of Greenhurst Elementary, we want to make sure that Mr. Coleman has taken appropriate measures to add extra security to protect access to the firearms in his garage. We believe items like proper secure storage of ammunition and firearms are required for this type of home business. We also believe good process to make sure firearms are not left unsecured is a required part of the planning for this type of business. So staff analysis of this application shows that the business will be operated indoors as a limited operation, and the applicant has stated that he will follow the ATF requirements for fit and finish assembly for the firearms license type 07 that he's applying for. In your staff report and here on the screen, I've included the Wikipedia definition of that license type and the criteria that the ATF follows when accepting and reviewing the application. So a couple of those things is they do require secure gun storage and safety devices to be available at any place in which firearms are sold. And they do on-site inspections to make sure that those things are being complied with. So since this is a home occupation, there will be no employees permitted to work on the premises, so no additional parking will be required. The applicant has stated that any customers that he may entertain will be by appointment only. The property has access available from Goldenrod via Discovery Place to the south and through the subdivisions to the north via Goldenrod, East Colorado out to Chicago Street. The distance to Greenhurst Elementary is approximately 1,641 feet or 0.4 miles. Should the commission choose to approve this request, staff recommends approval with the conditions as stated in the staff report and any other conditions that you might recommend tonight. So some of those conditions for the record are obtain a home occupation registration from the Nampa Planning and Zoning Department, obtain a residential building permit from the Nampa Building Department for the changes to the garage, that the owner operates the business as a typical home occupation business according to our home occupation standards. The owner maintains all regulatory permitting, licensure, and operational procedures as required by law. All inventory is locked in a secure safe within the confines of the residence. The home occupation for firearm sales shall be continuously operated in accordance with the applicant's provided project description. The conditional use permit is granted only to the property owner for the duration of the use and shall not be transferable to any other location or future owner of the property. With that, I will stand for any questions.
Anyone have any questions for Christy? Thank you, Christy.
Thank you.
Ronnie, do we have anybody signed up for this public hearing?
I'm checking right now. Nobody has signed up.
Okay, I would entertain a motion to close public hearing.
So moved.
Second. This is Jeff.
Okay, was that Matt that made the motion? Okay.
Yep.
All right, motion by Matt, second by Jeff to close public hearing. All those in favor, Steve?
Aye.
Michelle?
Aye.
Matt?
Aye.
Adam?
Aye.
Jeff?
Aye.
Tom?
Aye.
Brett?
Aye.
Public hearing is closed. Did you guys have any final questions for the applicant, or does somebody just want to make a motion, or?
Madam Chair, I'll make a motion that we approve the conditional use permit for home occupation gunsmithing business in an RS6 zoning district at 2807 Sunflower Drive for Cody Coleman, with all conditions of staff included in the report.
I'll second that.
Okay, motion by Jeff, second by Brett. All those in favor, Steve?
Aye.
Michelle.
Aye.
Matt.
Aye.
Adam.
Aye.
Jeff.
Aye.
Tom.
Aye.
And Brett.
Aye.
Okay. That one is approved.
Thank you,
Okay.
council.
All right, and that's the last item on our agenda tonight. So our meetings are now closed, over, done.
Good night, everybody.
Woo!
Nice.
Matt, I just wanted to say you were way too comfortable sitting on the couch there during these meetings.